arson. We have a video.
Cue the clip.
Yeah, that's our sponsor. We're trying to raise awareness of it. Ways awareness. I really had a bad speech impediment. Yeah. So, but I think we should do one thing before we actually get really started into the show, Christian.
What's that?
Cue the intro. Now we're back.
Intense staring.
Yeah, just stare awkwardly. Do you still have that filter on?
No.
Okay.
Yeah. I had a twisty nose filter on my camera a moment ago, but we didn't want you guys to think I had surgery or something.
But yeah, Chris and I just got breakfast at Russ's, and basically we were the youngest people there by maybe like how many years?
At least 100.
Yeah, I'd say so. But I'm still editing the last 2 pods.
Yeah, we had some technical snafus, and I gave Wes like 3 podcasts at one time, and
I'm okay with that. Gives me something to do, keeps me off the streets.
The hard streets of Grand Rapids, Michigan.
Dude, it's getting pretty violent though in some areas.
Some areas. Probably not around your neck of the woods.
There's young children around, and it's annoying because I hear them playing basketball really late at night, and I go, stop yelling. It's like 10 o'clock at night just because you have summer. I don't care.
Do you go over there and like stab the basketball with that?
I actually have become the old man Hanson. Like, don't bug him.
Yeah.
One time. What's that?
The curmudgeon?
Yeah, I am that old guy. Yeah. What happened one time is I was mowing my yard, and I kept finding like their baseballs and basketballs in my yard, and I got so mad one time I picked up the basketball, drop kicked it at their house. I was getting so mad because I ran over their baseball with my lawnmower. Didn't break the blade or ruin the blade out, thank goodness. But I was so ticked, so I kept telling these kids, like, stop leaving your crap in my yard. And they kept doing it. So one day I just drop kicked the basketball toward their house, and the kids got scared, and the parents apparently overheard this. But thank goodness the parents are on my side. Like, yeah, he's finding your things in his yard, so stop.
Right.
Do you have neighbors like that?
I think I probably am the neighbor like that. Well, my kids are the neighbors like that.
Your angels? No.
Yeah.
That's not sarcasm.
Actually, I mean, it's we have neighbor kids that they play with, and they're like always at my house, even when I'm not there and the kids aren't there. Like, I'll come home and we have like a toy chest in the front, and there'll be toys everywhere. I'm like,
oh, I do have to quickly. I think I might have said in the last podcast when I was dropping off a flash drive to you. Did I say this in the last pod with Jeremiah?
I thought so. I think.
Where I basically every line.
Oh, yeah.
When I'm like, hey, I'm a friend of your dad. It's like, oh, I don't feel like a creeper at all right now. Saying
it didn't help that you were driving that van that said free candy on it.
No, not free candy. It's got to say free Wi-Fi at this point for this generation of kids.
Yeah.
Like, no, likes on Instagram or Snapchat. That's what it says. Free likes. Like, ooh. But I did want to talk about, since I was editing the pod, episode 6.
Excuse me.
You're, once again, not excuse. Get out of my home.
That was unflattering.
I was going through and you were talking about Black Sad. I want to hear more about Black Sad. What is that?
Well, you're in luck.
Should we just do is this our comics corner?
Yes. Comics corner.
I'll try to make some little rainbows come out of your hand right there. It's a fart sound.
Yes, as we had mentioned previously in the pod about.
Oh, you actually brought them.
Books that I love. This is one of them. It's been a minute since I've read it, so I'm actually. Let me refresh real quick.
I don't think we'll be censored. I do know that like you put pages on there, but you can have like the word bubbles have the words in them.
Right.
But I'm totally breaking that rule when I'm editing for the killing joke or the unaliving joke. I put in some pages where the words are there, but whatever. I don't know if I'll get monetized, but we'll figure it out. But what publisher and who's the writer and artist of Black
Dark
Sad?
Horse, yes, Dark Horse.
I love Dark Horse.
Were they the one that got disbanded, or who?
No. I did hear I think Valiant.
That's who I'm thinking.
Are they done?
That's what I heard.
Dude, I'm still getting Exo Manowar
I hope
books.
I'm wrong. But
I do too. I like Exo Manowar and Bloodshot.
Yeah.
The movie was terrible for Bloodshot.
Oh, was that the one with Vin Diesel?
I watched it last night. I actually had to turn it off because it was so bad. Because they didn't make him look like Bloodshot.
Yeah.
Because the character Bloodshot's
It's
pale
just Vin
white and a
Diesel.
red dot on his, like a red circle,
Yeah.
like the rising sun in Japan is on his chest, and a weird haircut, like one of those haircuts, like you have to put it in there because it's iconic to his character, like
Right.
Wolverine, that stupid hair that he has.
Yeah.
I mean, here's Bloodshot right here, in his hairstyle, and here's Wolverine. But I hope they're not done because I like Exo Manowar.
Yeah, it's a
you
good
you got
title.
me into the Exo.
Exo Manowar.
Yeah.
What's the?
You got me Archer Armstrong.
Yeah, that's the one I really like.
You like that one?
Yeah, that was short lived, but I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
It was creative. It was like what do they call it? Where you like travel through time, kind of.
Like a Doctor Who buddy cop kind of
Yeah,
feel to it.
yeah, very much so.
But back to Black Sad. So Dark Horse, because they do.
Dark Horse is the publisher, created by Juan Diaz Canales and Juanjo. I'm totally butchering these names.
Yeah, sorry, dudes. And
Warnido.
in the words of Ron Burgundy,
You know I don't speak Spanish.
Right.
I always like that.
But yeah, it's a beautiful book. What do they call that? Anthropomorphic.
Yeah, it's like humanoid animals.
Yes, humanoid animals. So I will give these to you now.
Oh, well, check it out.
Laura. And yeah, it's
You keep talking. I'm just gonna flip through some
like
pages. Well, if I flip through some pages, will give me any spoilers? Will I ruin it for myself?
maybe. I mean, it's pretty.
Which is first, though?
I would read the darker one. Yeah.
There we go.
Amarillo is a companion, I guess. I think.
So it's not like a filler story, but there's stories that happen in between certain events, kind of thing, right?
I think so.
Okay.
Yeah. It's been a while since.
Wow, that art's cool.
It's really well done. They spent a lot of time on it for sure.
It looks like it's like the 20s kind of vibe.
Yeah, it's definitely like detective.
Oh yeah, this is
noir
not for
detective.
kids.
Yeah, no.
The first page. To the audience of my students, don't read books we suggest. Get your parents' permission first. Being just blunt honest.
Yeah.
I do not want to have your parents yelling at me at church saying I gave you a book you shouldn't read. Ask your folks first. Key thing. Just ask them. I don't want to deal with it. But yeah, I'm sorry. Keep going.
Yeah, no, it's just like I think he's a private investigator or a detective, and he's kind of investigating.
That's why you think it's the Robin Hood,
Yeah,
isn't it? Okay, definitely.
It's very much in the art style. If you've ever seen people our age, and older, the Robin Hood, Disney Robin Hood.
Yeah, from I think 1974 or 1975.
It's kind of that art style,
Could be wrong.
but
I'll correct myself in the editing.
yeah, I believe he used gouache paints.
For Black Sad.
Yeah.
What's a gouache paint?
It's kind of like more opaque watercolor, from my understanding. So more or less translucent, if you want to get technical. But
Well, this is beautiful art,
yeah, every page is like, man.
and you can see. I mean, the characters' eyes, even though they're animals, they give such emotion, and their facial expressions.
Mm-hmm.
That's something.
Yeah, no, it's really good.
But what drew you to it? What made you want to pick up a copy of Black Sad?
I've always loved like noir, detective-y type things, and I think. Do you remember L.A. Noire?
I was just gonna mention that.
Yeah.
I didn't want to cut you off. That's one thing I keep doing when I'm editing the pod. I keep going, "Shut up, Wes. Let Christian talk for 5 seconds."
It's very much that same feel, but it's like a colorized version of like a noir art too, so it's like, I don't know. I'm always attracted to the books that have really vivid artwork or unique artwork.
Like, what's another one that's out there that you really like? Black Sad.
Black Sad, most of the Jeff Lemire stuff, even though his like pencil, his line work isn't my favorite, but I love the way he...
Jeff Lemire.
Sweet Tooth.
Oh, yeah,
Underwater Welder was the first one I read from him.
I do remember you picked up that copy.
What's that?
You picked up the copy when we lived together in GR.
Yeah.
Grand Rapids for non-residents of
Right.
Michigan. Not that you're watching.
But yeah, no, I think most of the stuff I like is actually like watercolory type stuff now that I look back on it. But
From what I've noticed, you like more the small indie books where they have a beginning, a middle, and an end. They have the 3 arcs as opposed to the ongoing big 2 of DC and Marvel. Yeah. They have a beginning, a middle, and they never have a wrap-up conclusion because they keep the story
restart.
going.
They just kill off a character and restart or whatever.
Like what were we talking about at breakfast? Like my favorite character is Wolverine, and they just ended at issue 50, and they're rebooting it again. It's like, well, why? Starting with issue 1, just keep going.
Yeah.
I don't know what the legacy issue it's on now. I got my Wolverine books are right here, so I'm not gonna look it up.
Yeah.
But
I don't know. What are you reading right now?
I like always Wolverine, of course. But what am I reading? I'm actually going back and rereading old classic Fantastic Four. I'm going through the Jack Kirby and Stan Lee run, and I'm on issue 6. And my gosh, you can really tell the time period because like the words like "gee whiz" and like what's golly or whiz banger was one. And I love how rest in peace, Stanley, you were an amazing writer. But when he tries to write for high school kids, like Johnny Storm is supposed to be like a high school kid.
Right.
He does not know what kids are like. Like Johnny Storm goes, "There's 2 things in this world I like. It's working on cars and being a superhero." And I'm pretty sure it's 17 years old for a young man. There's something else on his mind. There should be 3 things on his mind. Censor bar. But I love Jack Kirby's art. I just love watching him draw the Thing. And the original Thing, Ben Grimm, complete jerk.
Yeah.
Because I remember, and it like when we were kids reading the books, like the Human Torch, Johnny Storm was more the jerk.
Yeah, he's more.
He kind of flipped the roles.
Pretentious. I think Ben Grimm is more of like
you're every man.
Yeah.
He's every
guy. Conservative type.
He is definitely one of my favorite heroes. What got me into it again is we were talking about one podcast about our favorite like villains and whatnot, and Dr. Doom came up, and I was like, oh, I got into Marvel Essentials. I'll just start reading those, and I actually got hooked. I was just like, kept turning the page. There's way more words in those days.
I know.
That's what I like, because in a lot of comic books, there's like 3 words on a page. And sometimes it's not even anything. It's just pictures. And yes, a picture can tell a story, but if I'm paying $5 for a book, I want there to actually be words and something I'm reading. And then on top of that, I know I griped about one pod about the advertisements. Stop putting so many ads in there.
Oh, yes. Here comes Wes's manifesto.
Yeah, it's my soapbox. Knock it off, Marvel and DC, even though I don't read any DC books. There's nothing that interests me in DC anymore.
I like dialogue, but it has to be realistic and it has to play to the character. Like if every single character is like says a paragraph of words, and it's like if Wolverine is talking more than like a few sentences, I'm like, I'm not buying it.
Unless he's doing like a monologue or telling something about history, exactly. He's like, oh, maybe a few words, and then crack open a beer and smash your head with something heavy. I don't know. Probably just stab you instead. But what books? Anything you're reading though at the moment?
Man, I've just been overwhelmed with work, and I got some gigs coming up and stuff too.
Gigs. I don't get that. Why do musicians have to be like, it's a show? Why has it got to be a gig? I've always wondered that.
That's easier to say. I mean, gig is like less formal, I guess, way of saying like. I don't know. It's just easier to
That
say.
was a really bad clarification of an answer.
Sorry.
Here's why.
Yeah, I mean,
That's
a show
funny.
could be because a show, I think indicates like something that everyone can come see. A gig could be like a private wedding or something. I wouldn't call like a wedding a show, but I'd call it a gig. So I think a gig is just like an overarching term.
Let's play and how many times you say gig.
Right.
Don't do that, kids.
Yeah.
Apple juice. Drink that.
Yeah, no, I just been busy. But the ones I anticipate reading are second volume of Berserker. Sorry. I'm being over a cold, so my nose is like everything's congealing right under my nasal cavity right
Ladies, he's single.
Yeah.
Do you like your men when they congeal? How you doing?
Yeah.
So your second volume of Berserker, because you're telling me is it Berserk or Berserker?
What did I say?
No,
Berserk.
I always think I say it wrong.
It is Berserk.
It's Berserk?
Yes.
Because you said I should read that.
Yeah. Did I? I didn't bring you a copy?
No.
Oh. Oh. I'll have to do that next week.
Awkward silence. No.
Yeah, so I intend to finish the second volume of that, and then you gave me My Hero.
Yeah, My Hero Academia.
Yeah.
It's a Japanese anime. And I don't read a lot of anime. I'm more
I
of a
don't either.
die-hard, like American comic books, but
Right.
I mean, there's so much in the manga. Sorry, the technical term is manga, not anime. Somewhere,
Right,
one of my
okay.
students, Jonathan's correcting me and screaming at his laptop or phone watching. He's going, "It's manga! It's manga!
You read it?
You read it left to right, or no, right to
Left
left.
to
I don't know.
left,
I'm
yeah.
dyslexic. What do you want from me?" But
Wes reads all his manga backwards, and he's really
I
confused.
really do.
Why is everyone getting revived?
Yeah, like this dude died on this page, and why is he in this? Like, Wes, you're supposed to read this way. No, it's America. We
Yeah.
read it from left to
It's like
right.
the country song backwards. He gets his horse back. He gets his girlfriend back.
No, no, I don't want her back. No, thank you. No, she can stay away. Yeah. But yeah,
Those
that
ones
I
are
do
good.
like My Hero because it's basically it's the Japanese version of like American heroes.
Yeah,
Like,
it can't be a superhero.
yeah, like in the first few pages, you see silhouettes of like Superman, Wolverine, Spider-Man. I think even Captain America, but they can't say who it is. It's just like a black silhouette of those characters, and you see their like the whites of their eyes. But in the anime, the TV show, they couldn't have that. They were ordered to take that out. Like you don't see those in the TV show. You have to read the manga to see that image.
Interesting.
But I think you'd enjoy it. I mean,
I know. I just gotta settle down for 2 seconds.
the last manga I read, I think, was Naruto, and I finished that entire series.
How many books are there? Like 20, 30 of them?
No, way more. It's like I believe like the 80s or 90s.
Really?
Yeah.
Are they still making it?
No. I think they're making some more, but it's following Naruto's son. But I don't think the original creator of Naruto's writing and drawing for it anymore. I think I could be wrong, but I'm like 50% sure that he retired it. It's like, I told the story I want to tell,
Right.
and I'm done with it. I like it when writers do that. Like Mike Mignola,
Yeah.
with the character Hellboy. He wrote the story. He gave a beginning, middle, and an end. Done.
Did who was Naruto's love interest? The pink-haired girl?
Sakura. A lot of people wanted him to end up with her, but no. He ends up with Hinata, the girl that had a crush on him for like the entire series.
Right, okay.
She's the one that had like the weird eyes that like pale purple.
Crazy eye.
She had the crazy eyes.
She looks like Steve Buscemi.
One eye here and one eye there. Did you hear Steve Buscemi got punched in New York?
Recently?
Yeah, and someone just like there's some dude in New York. Like, first of all, just stay out of like any blue state. My gosh, it's going to crap in a handbag. I'm trying to keep it PG, gentlemen and ladies. But this one dude in New York, I don't know if it's multiple guys or just one single guy, has been running around punching women in the face. But apparently, the dude got Steve Buscemi.
How could you mistake Steve Buscemi for a woman?
Well, either way, like, the man's a national treasure. During 9/11, when the towers fell, like, he was an old firefighter. He got his equipment and ran, like, started helping out. I mean, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Take that, Joe Biden. You didn't help out at all. Trump did. I'm not getting political.
Trump got his firefighter.
Well, no, actually what's happening, I think one of his hotels is being built. Well, I know one of his hotels was being built, but I don't know if it's Trump Tower that we see today. I don't think it was, because that was in Home Alone 2, I think. But something he was building or reconstructing, he had a work crew on. A horrible incident of 9/11 happened. He stopped the work.
So, Donald Trump passed through here, so we had a minute to talk with him. Let's roll that tape. You can see what he had to say.
Well, I've never seen anything like it. I've seen 2 huge 110-story buildings that are reduced to rubble. Thousands and thousands of lives. I just got to see something that I've never seen before. I have hundreds of men inside working right now, and we're bringing down another 125 in a little while. And
crew, and it's on camera. They had the video footage of him stopping it and bringing all of his work crew to get the debris out. And I believe he still paid those men for the hours they worked on getting all that debris out and helping people get out. But he's like, I don't care about my building. I want to get these people out. So, I mean, to me, that says a lot right there. Because, I mean, do you remember where you were when 9/11 happened? Because we were, I believe, in 3rd grade.
Yeah, sounds about right. I think I was just getting out of school. Or no, I think they...
Because they censored everything when I was in school. You didn't, no TVs. I remember the teacher getting a phone call and crying. And we're like, okay.
Right.
My mom came to pick me up at school.
Yeah, they let everyone out early, right?
I don't remember if we got early. I'm not sure.
I thought it was.
But
because everybody's like, what's going on?
Because when you started going to Northfield this time.
Yeah.
So you had, it was a high school connected to guys?
No, it was, I would have been just in that elementary.
Well, yeah, it's somewhere near me. I live near his old high school.
Yeah.
So, but what happened with me is I didn't know what even the World Trade Centers were really.
I didn't either.
And my mom said, give me a Spider-Man book. And I grabbed a Spider-Man book, one of my comic books, and she flipped through a few pages of maybe like 2 or 3 issues to find the trade towers. She goes, oh, there, right there. Points right to and goes, those are World Trade Centers.
Right.
Those fell.
Well, I remember it because of that's when the first Spider-Man movie came out, and the trailer.
Oh, the helicopter one, right?
I think so. It featured heavily like the Twin Towers, and I think he spun a web in between them or something.
You're correct. The robbers robbed the bank, and they're in the helicopter. You never see Spider-Man. You see his hands going thwip, thwip. Right. And all of a sudden they pan out in a helicopter. I'll try to find the stock footage of it. Is in between the World Trade Centers. Right. And they actually had to go in and edit all the scenes out of that movie because that came out in 2002, the first one? Or 2003?
I think 2003 sounds right.
I don't remember. But to get off the less sad topic,
right.
Who is your favorite? What is your favorite Spider-Man movie, though?
That's a good question.
Deserves a good answer.
You first.
I definitely have to go Spider-Man 2. I love Tom Holland's Spider-Man because it's connected to the MCU, but being a little kid when those first Tobey Maguire and Sam Raimi, I always say his name wrong, Sam Raimi?
That sounds right.
When those movies are coming out, they got a special place in my heart because I remember going to the theater seeing those. So I'd say Spider-Man 2 with Dr. Otto Octavius as a villain.
Yeah.
That was a good one. I didn't like Spider-Man 3. They ruined. Remember, like you, Aaron, and I went to go see it, Spider-Man 3, and we walked out going, they ruined Venom.
Yeah.
And what was up with like a dancing Toby, like he's in the little cha-cha like that?
Well, was that the one with Sandman?
Yeah. Sandman's I love Sandman.
That movie was just all over the place.
Well, apparently, Sam, the director, was forced to do these things. He only wanted to have one villain. He wanted to be Sandman. I could be wrong, but pretty sure this is the story. But the studio's like, no, you have to have Venom in it. Right. And he's like, okay. And on top of that, you have to have the new Green Goblin.
Yeah, there was just too much.
They called him Hobgoblin. That's not Hobgoblin.
Yeah. I did like that the way they did the Gwen Stacy thing, right? Was that in that one?
Yeah, she's in it, but not like a.
They didn't do her like big story arc.
Yeah.
No, I'm thinking of. I'm thinking of something else.
Well, can I get a little sad moment for you? Don't mean to bring up a sore topic, but when you and I saw the Amazing Spider-Man, the one with Andrew Garfield and Emma Stone, it was the second one. You brought at the time your girlfriend, but now your ex-wife, and she said to you, I think this is why your ex-wife didn't like me too much to begin with, but she said to you, like, you're like Spider-Man, I'm like Gwen Stacy. And I'm like, yeah, you do know Gwen Stacy dies in the end, right? And she goes, I'm like, sorry, that's not a good comparison.
Yeah.
But that movie.
You definitely want to be MJ in that scenario.
Yeah. Speaking of that, I don't know what made me think about this, but you know the scene in the first Spider-Man film where they're in the lunchroom and Tobey Maguire catches all the food on lunch after catching Mary Jane? Did you know he really did that?
That's what I've heard.
It took like 156 takes.
Like very.
I don't know if I believe that,
Yeah.
but at the same time, I kind of want to believe it.
Well, that reminds me of like The Shining.
Yeah, with Jack Nicholson.
Yeah, that was a Hitchcock, right?
No. I don't believe it was. Hitchcock was in the.
I forget which director. Not Scorsese.
Martin Scorsese. But The Shining, yeah. Hitchcock
Who
would have been.
directed The Shining? Oh, Kubrick. That's what I'm thinking of. Hitchcock, Kubrick.
Who was it directed by?
Stanley Kubrick.
Okay.
But he made like the actors do takes like hundreds and hundreds of times just to make them like actually crazy.
Oh, that would actually be angry.
Right.
I would be ticked. Already Jack Nicholson is scary enough.
Right.
Like, if I met a woman and her dad was Jack Nicholson type vibe, I would be like, she better be the one, because it's not just that. He's scary. Yeah. I still remember being a kid.
Wesley.
No. I remember being a kid and seeing The Shining at your house. I don't know who was watching it, but it was the scene with the old lady in the bathtub.
Must have been very
Your parents weren't home. I don't think they're even home.
This is a.
I'm trying to help you out, Dan Moore. I'm trying to help you out. Make you look good. Love you guys.
Right, my parents are being taken away in handcuffs at this very moment.
Dan's like, you can't prove that I did it. Like, did what? Nothing as he's trying to stuff like counterfeit bills in his back pocket. But it was a scene with the old lady. Like, it's supposed to, first it's this beautiful woman in the bathtub. And for some reason on TV, it was on, like, I don't know what channel, like TNT or whatever, full frontal. They didn't blur out anything. I was actually really shocked. As a young, slightly pubescent boy, I'm like, ooh. Then it switches to the old lady, and I'm like, ew, no! Well, it actually creeped me out. Yeah. So I was like, I don't want to take a bath again.
Yeah, that was,
and I still haven't.
Very disturbing. Yeah, as you can tell.
Yeah, and Christian's like over to plug his nose, like, whew.
Yeah.
But no, we do want to do some segments, though, right? What's the segment you want to hit on?
I actually have a theoretical question.
Theoretical question, theory corner. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, kind of a prompt, if you will. So.
What you got there, big boy? Let's hear it.
Yeah, I was just kind of thinking about like what's important to me in life, and I came upon the.
Getting rid of my children.
Right.
No, that's not true. Your dad loves you.
So with the advent of the Fallout series, I should say, if you were forced into a nuclear, is that the correct word?
As George Bush Jr. would say, nuclear.
Yeah, I know. I always forget because I've heard it so many times.
He was our president at one time.
Yeah.
At least you can say a sentence.
Fallout shelter. If you were forced into one of those, like with a very small time frame, what would be the 5 things that you would bring with you?
So living things don't count, or does a living thing count?
Yeah, I'm gonna say people. Like you're saying, people and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna say they're coming with you. Regardless.
Okay. So I get an opportunity to meet a lady at some point. I'm good with that.
Yeah. No, you get stuck in an all male shelter.
Great. That's just great. Great.
Can
I walk out of the vault? Can I just walk out to the nuclear blast? So things I would take with me, 5 things. So humans and people, and like I'm guessing can my cat Phoebe count as a person?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna say.
I would take. Do we have power in this shelter?
Yes.
Okay, I'd definitely bring my laptop. Just, I don't know. Even though probably... Well, Wi-Fi's gone at that point. That's kind of pointless. Oh, boy.
Something might... Like, there might be some sort of...
Boy, that is a tough question.
Network,
Well, grab a Bible. I'll grab that.
you don't have it memorized?
I'm a bad Christian. I'll grab my mom's Bible specifically. I have that in my living room.
Well, she doesn't need it anymore.
Well, yeah, I mean... She did. She's super did.
Man.
Super flat. She'll push on them
Cows.
daisies. Yeah, remember Christian brought the dead mom thing. Not me this time, audience. Not me. It was him. We get it.
Yeah.
Do you want to rub it in a little bit more?
Me.
So I grabbed my mom's Bible. Clothes are already on me. I'm gonna say
No,
that.
you have to select
I will not select clothes. I'm gonna go into that vault, just like and what my mama gave me. I would have to grab just because you weren't there when I got it. I would say my so stupid. My Hulk 181 signed by Stanley and Len Wein. That had to be one of it, and so. I would grab podcasting stuff. There, we could podcast in the vault.
That's what we should redo this room into, like a vault type feel.
No. We got to first focus on the lighting because I look so pale. So my mom's Bible, podcasting stuff, Hulk 181. I'm not going to bring my laptop because I'm going to count down the podcasting equipment. A Hawaiian shirt.
That's your one item clothing.
Yeah, just go Winnie the Pooh on it. Just no pants, just Winnie the Pooh. Yeah. Oh bother. Dang, that's a tough question. So I got two more things. I would bring. Oh boy, dang, that is tough. I coming up dry. My favorite hat I got on right now. Grab that. One more item. A box of cigars.
Wow, okay.
Just to make everyone's air quality really poor in the vault, and I can just be in the corner going,
Right.
smoking like the penguin from the 66 Batman.
No, that's good. I mean, that would probably actually be like...
Good commodity, good trading thing.
Right, that's what I'm thinking. Valuable, because...
But I'm not trading it.
Tobacco growth would be very difficult.
Don't smoke. Unless you're 21 and up, then you can, but don't smoke cigarettes or pot.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not your dad.
Or am
I hope not.
not.
What about you? What would you bring? Because you have kids and like a little bit more.
I would definitely not bring mine.
You're locking them out. Dad! Is it clawing at the door again, just like in the basement?
No. Yeah, I'd probably bring... My pipe would be not in the vein of cigars. Yeah,
I should have brought my pipe.
No, you left it out.
I left it out. Nope, pipe's gone.
There's a raider smoking out of it right now.
Get my vest and just highlight his green head.
I would probably bring... I'd bring pipe. That's weird that would be the first one I'd think of. I would bring...
Not my kids. Not precious memories of my children's.
I would bring... I have like a ton of like survival books and botany books at home. I'd bring the one with the widest birth of knowledge. Because
Botany, that is sowing seed and planting, correct?
Yeah, botanicals and whatnot. I guess I would say like agricultural.
Oh, fancy pants McGee over there.
Right.
Smart.
If we didn't have access to a network of things, but yeah. I'd bring like a phone.
I got no reception down here.
For the camera.
Does anyone have any bars?
For the functionality of it.
Yeah. For the games.
Yeah.
Play some Angry Birds.
I'd probably bring some sort of weapon.
I didn't think I'd bring a weapon. Wait, I am the weapon.
Yes, you're stunning.
I'm like Mel Gibson.
Stunning
with the
good
weapon.
looks. Just because you never know. Things could get a little hazy down there.
Start shivving people. Like, ah!
Right.
That's my pipe.
Right. I'm gonna assume my family's all with me, so
No, they're not
I don't need
involved.
like a family picture or anything.
No, you're in a vault all by yourself.
Yeah.
You're like Matt Damon in The Martian. You're all alone.
Oh, that'd be sad.
I would actually prefer that. I'm okay with this. Just send me
I
my
mean-
necessities to Mars and leave me alone.
That's how I am normally. So, but after like about a year or so of that, I feel like it'd get a little.
No, I would be very. Just send me my comics. Give me a few steaks, some cigars, some brewskis, and
Oh yeah, that I'd have to bring
what?
some form of liquid.
Adult juice.
Yes.
Some big boy juice.
Burners.
Some big boy juice. Yum num 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 num.
Oof.
Just bring a still. You could actually make money that way.
Well, yeah.
Start selling it.
Use it as
Be
kind
like a
of
little mafia
purification.
underground.
Yeah.
So which one is that? Is that 4 for you?
I lost count already.
So you're leaving your kids outside. You get your pipe.
Yeah.
You have your botany stuff. You have a weapon, and did you want to bring the still?
Yes, I mean some form of. I want to say brewing equipment, probably.
Brewing supplies.
I'm probably thinking of this way too more logically than I
I'm
should
just
be.
there to have fun. You're like, we're gonna
Let's just there
survive.
for a good time, not a long time.
Let's party. Very nice. Let's get the party. Meanwhile, you're like, we're gonna make it out.
Right.
You're probably the first one to die. I make it on sheer dumb luck.
Right. Yeah, no, with my luck, I would probably bring all that stuff and die immediately.
No, you trip, get like land on a nail, get tetanus, and die that way,
Right.
or get stuck in the vault door, and like and crush.
Yeah. Oh, I'd bring a welder if I had one on hand. That would be very useful.
Come on, kids, grab my welding equipment. We gotta run to the vault.
Yeah.
The bombs have dropped.
All right, thanks for bringing it.
Dad, at the door. Did you finish Fallout?
The show?
Yeah.
No. I don't know what prompted the Fallout question, but
I was gonna say if you finished it, because that was a good show. That was.
the last one I watched with you is the one where, spoilers, there's a lake. There's like a lake and she meets.
Oh yeah. She meets a ghoul at the lake,
Yeah.
and it's got the thing with the fingers inside of its body.
I think that was the last one.
It's all fingers. Really messed me up for a few days. I don't know why. Kind of like.
Jazzy.
Yeah. Just zoom up on my face, too. Like, yeah.
Right.
But yeah, what's one other thing we want to talk about? We had a few ideas. We probably should have been more prepared, but
No, we're just swinging it. I mean, I guess we could do like a check-in. How you doing? What's happening? What's new?
horrible.
If we want to get serious,
Yeah, I can serious for a minute. How are you doing?
I asked you first.
I'm older than you. I have less time to live.
Age before beauty.
I hate you.
I know. I already spilled my beans. I guess I'm about to go on vacation in a few weeks.
Where are you going?
Taking the kids to Florida with the ex family. So not like the X-Man, but
Oh, I was excited. Wolverine!
we're taking the X jet.
Hey, Rogue! Hey, Rogue, how you doing?
Right? Yeah, I wish she was part of my.
Best 90s suit for her. Hands down, Jim Lee suit. So you're going with
The little
X.
the little coat thing. I don't know what it was way undersized, but
How do you zip it up?
Yeah.
It just doesn't work. You're not going to stay very warm in that. It
Swim.
serves no purpose.
Yeah.
Modesty.
It was a good touch though. Was that a Jim Lee design?
That was, I believe so. I believe she wore that in the first issue of just strictly X-Men, drawn by Jim Lee, and I think co-written with Jim Lee, but mostly Chris Claremont.
I haven't really thought. I mean, Jim Lee I always think about as just like a very consistent artist, but I haven't really put a lot of thought into like he was a good costume designer too.
I mean, dude, he was, I think, in his early to mid 20s when he started working.
Probably.
But let's get to that. I want to talk about it later, about like the bad boys of comics. But so you're going to Florida.
Oh yeah.
With the, I'm guessing the ex-in-laws. Is that what you meant?
What's that?
The ex-in-laws. Is that what you meant?
Yeah. So I'm driving down there with Hannah's dad, and he's got like a condo, because Hannah's oldest brother still lives there.
I might have met him.
Or moved down there. I don't know. I said still. But so yeah, we're gonna go down there. I think we're gonna do Disney for a day, even though I'm terrified.
Why? That you might
There's just
be indoctrinated by Disney's.
Yeah, I'm gonna be groomed at 30.
You're gonna be groomed like.
No,
Mickey assaulted me.
No, just like I always hear horror stories of just too many people, and I do not like crowds.
Yeah, I'm with you.
Period. Like that whole like 6 foot rule when COVID came out, I was like, this is the best thing to ever happen to me.
I don't care if people die. It's just you get that 6 feet. I won't lie to you. A quick tangent. I loved during COVID when you could actually probably get monetized for saying the C word. Don't care. But when I was driving to work, because you and I go to work at the same time, approximately, no one was on the road.
Yeah, that was nice.
Someone did ask. I got pulled over by a cop and they asked me for my papers. I'm like, oh, just like Nazi Germany.
Right, I know.
I'm like, oh, you want my papers, Fräulein? I said that, and the cop goes, you're not helping your situation. I'm like, why? I did nothing wrong.
Right.
But so,
it was wild times. Like, did you get a print-out paper from your work?
I had to, and I had to show the cop the paperwork.
Essential worker.
I was an essential worker.
Yeah.
Mostly it was a place I work at, just basically giving the Stretch and Gretchen.
Right.
But so you're going to Florida.
Yeah, going to Florida. I just want to go see that Star Wars stuff. I think it sounds pretty sweet.
I have no interest in Star Wars anymore. Like,
but this is like they recreated like the Millennium Falcon.
But it's you hear that like no one can be allowed to dress up like the original characters. Like you can't dress as Leia, can't dress as Lando or Han. Or
I'm dressing as Slave Leia.
You and I dress like that when you're gonna leave. I go, all right, he's gone.
Yeah.
Boom, Slave Leia.
Yeah, no, I haven't heard that. But
my buddy Paul, that hopefully will be on the podcast one day. His family went there, and he's like, "Hey, I can make you a lightsaber." I'm like, "Sweet, I'll take that." This is when I actually did enjoy Star Wars until it got ruined. But it was like $200-$300 to make a lightsaber.
Yeah.
And he's
like a whole thing. It's like a show.
Yeah, and he explained. He did say that to me. He goes, "You're not really gonna have it's the experience and paying for it. You won't." I'm like, And besides, it was the lightsaber been like too large for the suitcase he had, and I don't think you could unassemble it. So I'm like, for $200-$300, and I'm not there. I don't care.
No, yeah.
But so we're going to Disney, Universal by chance?
Yeah, end of the month. I don't know. We haven't really settled on any concrete plans, but
because Universal get that butterbeer from Harry Potter. I'd rather go to Harry Potter World.
Well, is that?
That's
no, I do want to go to the Harry Potter thing.
It's not in Disney. That's at Universal.
Right.
And at Universal, they're actually making a Universal classic monster black and white theme park. Like the black and white monsters from like the Gill Man to Wolfman to Frankenstein's monster. They're doing a theme park dedicated to their classic horror film characters.
Yeah,
It's not open yet. I think it opens in probably like 23 or something like that.
Is Universal owned by Disney?
No. And if they are, I don't know that, but I'm 90% sure they're not. Disney bought Fox, and Fox owned a few other things. Disney also owns Miramax, so they own like Kevin Smith films from Clerks to Tusk.
Oh yeah, that's weird.
There's a few other things they own, but
but what's the excuse me?
You're not excused.
The werewolf. What's the werewolf thing they just did?
Who?
Disney.
They did a werewolf thing? Oh, Werewolf by Night? That's Marvel. The Werewolf by Night.
That wasn't related to any of the...
Nope. They were paying homage to the classic black and white films.
Right.
But that's Jack Russell. I think that's his name, Jack Russell. Werewolf by Night. I have a few issues of those.
Oh, it's
comics.
an actual book.
Yeah, it's an actual book. Yeah, they had like the Tomb of Dracula, Werewolf by Night, and The Monster of Frankenstein. I actually have right here behind me in my bookshelf. I have a few of those collected edition books, which I love those. If you want to borrow that would be one I'd suggest reading. The Monster of Frankenstein. That's my favorite one.
I have a whole stack of books I need to finish first, but
well, I'm just saying if you want to borrow that one, that's one of my favorites. It's not really connected to Marvel. There are a few issues where like, oh, Spider-Man's here for some reason, and I don't like that. I much rather like take the superheroes and keep them out, and have the monsters be in their own continuity, their own little pocket universe. But so Florida.
That's kind of the big thing we're looking forward to. Car shopping, but to some avail. But
Cars.
Boring adult stuff other than that.
Yeah, it's just car shopping is. I'd rather pull up my teeth than do car shopping.
Right. Well, and I have to sell 2 cars on top of that, 2 junk cars. So it's like.
You do know that if you donate them, you can write them off on your taxes. If you wanted to do that. Yeah, I know. Hey, sorry guys, who are watching this. We're talking about taxes.
I might end up doing that. Who knows?
Because I donated my car that was hit by a drunk driver. I donated that to the NRA, and I was able to rent it off my taxes. Yeah, NRA. I'm gun-toting American. Yeehaw! Pew pew.
Like, well, how did that work logistically? Did someone come pick it up or something?
Yeah. They picked it up. Came to my house.
Drivable?
What's that?
Was it drivable?
It was drivable, but I bought that for $1,000, and the amount of money I had to put into it to fixing it up, because the dude who hit me took out he swiped my entire bumper. My lights were gone, everything, and it would have cost more to fix it than to like what I put into buying it. I'm like, you know what? The amount of money I was gonna put into it, I could just put into save for a newer vehicle.
Right.
And
was that the Zeus?
That was Zeus. My car is Zeus.
I remember that.
Yeah, I love that little car. My dad was happy when it was gone because that thing was such a low to the ground. Remember?
Right. That was like
I remember at Myrtle when we lived together on Myrtle Street. I parked in the backyard and a snowplow came through and built here's the ground, here's the amount of snow it piled up. But it was like that ice snow that you had to like hammer and break. I couldn't get out because my car was so low to the ground.
What kind of car was that?
A Honda. 94 Honda Accord.
Oh, Accord.
Yeah. I like that little car.
It reminded me of like a
Death
speed
Trap
racer car or something.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, that's right. It was white. Yeah, it was like had that. It was only a 2-door, if I remember correctly. I do wish I had that car again.
Yeah.
There's just something about your first car. Like, what was yours? Because I remember you drove to my house when we were teenagers.
Yeah, I think it was that red Ford Taurus. I think it was like heavy for what it was. Like it was.
Well, didn't you have an oil change situation that happened with that one?
No, that was the next one I had. I've been through a lot of cars. I do not have good luck with cars.
What's the total of cars you've had now?
I had, Taurus, Hyundai, whatever that was, Hyundai, Cobalt. Borrowed I had my dad's minivan for a minute.
What Van Down and children did not have a minivan at one time?
Shoot, what else did I have? I think these are the ones I owned. I think I've probably driven like 100 cars, but
Zeus. When my cousin Jake passed away, I got that car. That got me a few months out of it till the transmission died. I had my 2011 Ford Focus. I got rear-ended by a woman during wintertime. It's her first Michigan winter.
Rear-ended a lot, it sounds like.
Well, this one, I avoided an accident because someone pulled out in front of me and I had to stop. I'm like, oh, thank goodness. And this woman rear-ended me. No, Zeus got the front end got swiped.
Oh, front. Oh, okay.
Yeah, he lost his front end. This car, I got rear-ended, and I was 3 payments from having it mine. I was driving to work that day, and I said to myself, you know what? Just gonna pay it off. Just going to work, pay it all off. It'll be mine. I don't worry about the next few payments. I got rear-ended. It was winter. The lady was driving way too fast, and I said, "We gotta call the cops." And she said, "No, we don't. We don't need to call the cops. We don't need to call the cops." Red flag. Automatically, my head went off. I took a photo, did a sneak photo of her. Went click, got her face, got her license, got the vehicles, and all what it looked like. And she's freaking out. Cops show up. Immediately, she runs over to the cop and starts saying that I hit her, and she tried to say that my car belonged to her and her minivan belonged to me. The minivan had a little girl in it, her daughter, who clearly did not look like me at all because she wasn't the same ethnicity as me at all. So I'm like, yeah, this is not my kid. You could tell that this was my car. It had my belongings in there. Had I always keep stuff in my vehicle for safety situations.
You had your My Little Ponies in it.
Absolutely, you can't go anywhere without that. I mean, you and I are both brownies all the way, man. Come on, gotta represent.
Yeah, you're the one who got me into it.
I do want to tell that quick story about how I embarrassed you at the Vault of Midnight that one time. I gotta say that story. But automatically the cop's like, these stories aren't adding up, and he's going, I'll set you both off, and I'm like, oh yeah, did I say? I don't think I said this. She had no insurance as well. And I said to the cop, you're not going to write her a ticket? He goes, no. I'm like, but she lied to you and she doesn't have insurance. He goes, it's okay. And I got so irate. I was just screaming at him. And he goes, do you want a ticket, young man? I'm like, at least someone's getting a ticket today. He didn't write it. He just took off, and I was ticked.
That was weird.
And it was really weird. And it was cracked. The frame was cracked in 3 places, and I lost it. And then I got the car I have now, my 2015 Ford Escape. So I've only had 2, 3. I've only had 4 vehicles my entire life.
That's good though.
But
yeah, man, we're closing in on an hour. Should we wrap her up?
I guess so. Well, thanks for wasting time with us.
Yeah, we are the Deep Fried Wizard Podcast.
Why did you have to whisper it?
I
don't know. Things happen.
Sounded cooler in my head.
Yeah.
Cool. Until next time.
Yep. And I hate saying this. Write us a comment if you want to hear us talk about something you're interested in. I just don't want to shrill it. Be those like and subscribe, but like and subscribe. We do have, what's it called? Twitter? What's it called now? X. I made X for us. It's on our YouTube page. So click on that. Let us know what you think. So yeah, we're the Deep Fried Wizard, and you really waste your time watching this podcast. Do something more with your life. Alright, tell some goats.